With just over a week left for the official launch of the Samsung Galaxy S20s, we pretty much know everything there is to know. What's up guys, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and we're going to break down all of the leaks and rumors SuperSaf style so you know exactly what to expect. There's also going to be some bonus facts towards the end of this video, so stick around for that. So first up, naming. Yes, the new Samsung Galaxy S series is going to be referred to as the S20 series, not the S11s. We're in the year 2020, looks like Samsung is going in line with that, and also because we do have quite significant updates compared to last year. This is all but confirmed. We've already seen the S20 branding on some leaked renders, as well as a boot-up screen on an S20 Plus device. Now this year, like we had last year, we are going to have three Samsung Galaxy S20 devices, the S20, the S20 Plus, as well as the S20 Ultra. Now the S20 and the S20 Plus are going to come in 4G or 5G versions, but it looks like, according to rumors, the S20 Ultra is just going to be available in a 5G version. Now let's talk about the displays. So firstly, sizes. The S20 is going to be the smallest with a 6.2-inch display, the S20 Plus with a 6.7-inch display, and the S20 Ultra with a massive 6.9-inch display. We're almost getting into tablet size category here, but of course the bezels are going to be very, very small, smaller than what we've had in previous years. And this is going to give us a 20:9 aspect ratio, which is also slightly longer compared to what we've had last year. Now all three displays are going to be following Samsung's Infinity O design. So we're going to have a punch out for the front facing camera. And this means that my wallpaper from the Note 10 should still work on all of these devices, which I'm very excited about. Okay, so besides that, all of these displays are going to be dynamic AMOLED displays with Quad HD Plus resolution. So they're going to be sharp, vibrant, some of the best displays in the market. And this year, they are all going to be supporting 120 Hz refresh rates. This is something that Samsung didn't include last year, so very excited to have that smooth refresh rates on the new S20s. However, there is a catch. From all the leaks and rumors that we're seeing right now, it seems like when you do go on to 120 Hz, you are going to be limited to Full HD Plus, not Quad HD Plus, so details are not going to be as sharp. Now, I don't think this is going to be a huge deal for a lot of people, and I'm not sure why Samsung has done this. Maybe it's to save on battery life, maybe it's the technical limitations of having 120 Hz. Remember, OnePlus devices last year only had up to 90 Hz, with that Quad HD Plus resolution. So maybe when we get into 120 Hz this year anyway, you can only go for a Full HD Plus resolution. But nevertheless, I'm super excited about these smooth displays. Right, now let's talk about the builds. Some of you may be pleased to know that although the devices are going to have curved displays, they're not going to be as curved as what we've had in previous years. The recent trend seems to be waterfall displays, which are very, very curved towards the edges, but it looks like Samsung is actually going away from that and going for something that's still curved, but not as curved as before. We're still going to have a metal and glass sandwich. However, for the S20 and S20 Plus, the frame is going to be aluminium. And for the S20 Ultra, we are going to have a stainless steel frame, being the more premium device. All of the devices will be IP68 water and dust resistant, but we do have a major improvement. And that's that you're going to be able to submerge these into water up to 5 meters, which is a big improvement compared to the around 1.5 meters that we've had in previous years. Now let's talk about the cameras, and this is where things get very, very exciting. So firstly, the camera design is very different to what we've had previously. This is going to be on the left-handed side, and it's going to be a rectangular camera module. Now for the cameras themselves, the S20 and the S20 Plus have very similar camera setups. So we've got three main cameras. The primary camera is going to be 12 megapixels. Now this is going to have a larger sensor size compared to what we've had in previous years. So this is going to be a really good improvement. Then we're going to have an ultra wide camera also at 12 megapixels. This seems to be similar to what we've had in previous years. And finally, we're going to have a 64 megapixel telephoto camera, which is going to give you up to 3 times optical zoom and up to 30 times digital zoom. So that's an improvement on the 2 times that we've had in previous years. The S20 Plus is also going to have a time of flight sensor. This is something that we're not going to have on the regular S20. Time of flight sensors help with depth information, so this should give you better portraits on the S20 Plus. But the biggest improvements come on the S20 Ultra. And that's because the primary camera is a 108 megapixel camera. This is using Samsung's new sensor, and that amount of resolution is going to be absolutely insane. There's also an improvement for the telephoto camera. This is going to be using periscope zoom technology, 48 megapixels with up to 10 times optical zoom and up to 100 times digital zoom. So this is double of the periscope zoom that we saw introduced by Huawei last year with the P30 Pro. It's gonna let you get in super close. I cannot wait to test these cameras out. Of course, we're gonna be doing lots of SuperSaf style camera comparisons. If you do wanna see those first, then be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss that coverage. The S20 Ultra, of course, is also gonna have the 12 megapixel ultra wide camera as well as the time of flight sensor. And on the side of video as well, we've got some major improvements. We've got 8K at up to 30 frames a second across all these devices, which is going to be absolutely insane. Cannot wait to test this out, as well as a pro video mode. So this is going to be reintroduced. It's going to give you manual controls over video. Now for the front-facing cameras, the S20 and S20 Plus, 10 megapixels, similar sensor to what we had last year on the S10s as well as the Note 10. The S20 Ultra, once again, going bigger and better with a 40 megapixel front-facing camera. We're going to have 4K 60 frames a second across all of these for the front-facing camera. This is an improvement on the 4K 30 frames a second that we had last year. Right, now let's talk a little bit about the internals. These devices are going to be powered by either the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 chipset or Samsung's Exynos 990. So it looks like once again this year we might still have some inconsistency between the performance of the devices. I'm going to try to get hold of both variants so then I can give you some proper opinions in my reviews as always. But regardless, I'm confident that these are going to be some of the fastest devices out there. For RAM, we've got 12 gigabytes as a base for all of these, but the S20 Ultra once again going larger than life, and it's going to have a variant with up to 16 gigabytes of RAM. For storage, it looks like the S20 and S20 Plus are going to come with a base of 128 gigabytes with an option of 256 gigabytes available. The S20 Ultra, once again, 128 gigabytes base, but up to 512 gigabytes. All of these are going to have UFS 3.0 storage. So they're going to be super fast, as well as micro SD card support. So that is quite interesting that all of these are rumored to have micro SD card support. And that may mean that you're going to be able to get a maximum of 1.5 terabytes of storage on the S20 Ultra, which is absolutely insane. Now for audio, unfortunately from all the leaks, rumors and renders, it looks like Samsung is saying goodbye to the 3.5mm jack. So on the S series, the S10s last year were the last ones to support this. This is now time to say goodbye. However, we are gonna have USB Type-C earphones tuned by AKG out of the box on all of these devices, as well as stereo speakers tuned by AKG. Now Samsung is also going to be announcing the Galaxy Buds Plus. So this is the second version of their Galaxy Buds, which I've really been a big fan of. However, it looks like these are not going to have active noise cancellation, unfortunately, but they will have improved mics as well as improved battery life. And if you do pre-order the S20 Ultra, at least it looks like Samsung should be including the Galaxy Buds Plus out of the box. Now for the fingerprint scanner, it looks like Samsung is still sticking to the ultrasonic in-display fingerprint scanner that we had last year, and they're not going to be going for Qualcomm's 3D Sonic Max, which I was definitely hoping for. This gives you a much larger area, and it also gives you two-finger support for extra security. However, unfortunately, this is not going to be coming to the S20 series. Maybe it will be coming to the Note 20 series. Now for the batteries, the good news is that all of these devices are going to be packing some big batteries. The S20 coming in with 4000 mAh, 4500 for the S20 Plus, and the S20 Ultra coming in with a massive 5000 mAh. All of these are going to support fast charging, 25 watts out of the box, and there may be a 45 watt charger available that you'd have to buy separately. All devices are going to support fast wireless charging as well as reverse wireless charging, where you're going to be able to charge other devices like the Galaxy Buds Plus on the S20s. Right, so when are we officially going to hear about the S20s? Well, the unpack date is set for the 11th of Feb, and I am going to be doing lots of coverage hands-on from there. So once again, make sure you have subscribed and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of that coverage. And for pricing, it's still a bit of a question mark, but we're looking at between $900 to $1,000 for the S20, between $1,000 to $1,100 for the S20 Plus, and for the S20 Ultra, around $1,200 to $1,300. Now, these will of course vary depending on your region, and the 5G variants will be more expensive to the base 4G variants on the S20 and S20 Plus. And for the release date, it looks like around the 6th of March, so quite a big gap between Unpacked and the official release of the S20s. Right, so that is pretty much everything that we know about the S20s, but don't go anywhere yet. As mentioned towards the beginning of this video, there are some bonus leaks and rumors, and these are around the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. This is Samsung's second foldable device, and it's more of a clamshell design compared to the tablet form factor that we had on the Galaxy Fold. And we have lots of leaked specs for this too. So it looks like we're gonna have a 6.7-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED foldable display, and this is going to be on the Infinity O design once again with the punch out for the front facing camera. It's going to be powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 Plus chipset. That's the previous chipset from Qualcomm with 8GB of RAM, up to 256GB of UFS 3.0 storage with micro SD card support, a 10 megapixel front facing camera for the punch out, as well as dual 12 megapixel rear facing cameras. One of these is going to be a primary wide camera as well as an ultra wide camera, a small front display which is going to show you things like the time and your notifications, a 3300 mAh battery with support for wireless charging as well as wireless reverse charging. And that's roughly what we know about the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip, rumored to come in at around $1,400, which will be undercutting the Motorola Razr, which is also a similar clamshell design, but this seems to have much better specs. So this is something that I am definitely also excited to check out. This is also going to be announced at the Impact event on the 11th of February. So what do you guys think of the new S20s and the Z Flip based on all of these leaks and rumors? Are you excited? Definitely let me know in the comments below. I'm very excited. This is going to be the first big launch of the year, and it's going to start off a very interesting year in the smartphone space. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then do hit that thumbs up button for me. And if you haven't already, I know I keep saying it, but make sure you do subscribe so you don't miss all of the hands-on coverage that's going to be coming with these devices. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.